What is up, guys? Sawcasm here, and today I have for you guys some Heroes of the Storm gameplay. Today we're going to be playing Valla, the ranged assassin, aka the demon hunter from Diablo 3. I have a ridiculous amount of time logged on MOBA games like League of Legends and Diablo 3, so this game is kind of like the middle ground between them, and I really love them. So it's going to be awesome. I'm going to be posting a bunch of this game because I love it. Obviously, I'm level 40, the max level, which means I played the crap out of it. And yeah, so let's hop right into the game.
I stand ready. Heroes, prepare for combat.
Okay, guys, so today we're going to be playing on the Dragonshire map, aka the Dragon Knight map, which is a tricky one when you're playing solo, because, okay, you want to go mid? Go ahead, Tychus. You want to go mid, you can have that bad boy. But usually I like to have 4 bottom just because the mercenary camp over here, and really, I mean, both the shrines are important, but usually this is a little bit more important because you have the shrine and the mercenary camp. But yeah, so, okay, Zeratul wants to come help me out mid. Whatever, stealth. Whatever you want to do, stealthy boy. So, we're going to be going for sort of a multi-shot kind of base build. There are some variations depending on the team that we're taking a look at in a second. So, by the way, my team comp is very weird. We have on my team Muradin, Tychus, myself, Valla, Zeratul, and Gazlo, which means we don't have a healer, whereas the other team, Nova, Sonya, Muradin, Sergeant Hammer, Tychus, doesn't have a healer either. This is going to be a very weird game. Okay, so I focused the wrong Nova by accident, so we're going to just vault away real quick, and I should have obviously known that. But yeah, so we're going for more of a multi-shot base build, which, let me go over my skills real quick. We have Hungering Arrow, yeah. Hungering Arrow. Okay, Zeratul, why are you mid? You should be ganking since you have stealth mechanics. But anyway, Hungering Arrow does damage to one person in a sort of line-based skill shot, and then after it hits one person, it kind of ventures off and splits into 2 separate arrows that do half the damage. So Nova is laning mid. That is really weird. I could see you, dude. He's right there. If you don't know, you could see stealth players if you look really carefully, and you kind of take part in that if you are paying attention really well. So even though he is doing some early damage, or she rather is doing some good early damage to me, she's not going to be able to sustain in lane as well as I am. So yeah, we're going for a sort of multi-shot based build. That's why I took the increase the range of multi-shot, which is my second skill, which is an AoE kind of cone. It does damage just like that, and if you want to run into lane, Nova, like that and duel me, then that's perfectly fine. I am okay with that. And we're going to have to retreat just because she was doing a ton of damage to us. And I know that later on in the game she's not going to be able to do that, so I'm perfectly okay with trading with her if she wants to go that route. You want to do that, baby girl? We could do that. So we are playing mid, which, you know, the Dragonshire map is interesting. You really need... Okay, she's back. Our little buddy's back. Oh, Zeratul is back as well. I knew it was that was the Nova. I actually thought Zeratul was going to come and help with the gank arena. We're pushed up a little bit too far, and he would be taking some tower shots. So it looks like bottom could use a little bit of help on the Dragonshire. So I'm going to go down there to help them. Oh, they're about to capture it, so this is perfect right now. Zeratul's about to capture the Dragon Knight, and we are hopefully going to get some good early pushing as we get the kill on the enemy Nova. So this is a great way to start the game. By the way, my third skill, sorry for going a little bit off topic, still pretty new at playing while talking, so, you know, it's a little bit hard for me to focus on everything. But we do have the Dragon Knight, so I'm going to be pushing mid. Vault is kind of like a somersault that just helps you get away, so it's really good. Pretty much similar to... Oh, Muradin wants to come in and try to kill us while the DK is just doing work on their thing. I shouldn't have re-engaged there. That was a poor decision on my part. Luckily, our Muradin is able to come in and get the kill. I might be able to throw out a multi-shot, although this Muradin is a little bit too hot on my trail, as is the Nova, so I'm going to have to vault away. That is the benefit of using vaults. Now, Nova is very tricky because she is a stealth character, and because of this, she can come right through here without even being shot by the turrets, which usually are good for protection, so I'm going to be extra cautious even when sitting at those turrets. So the second skill we're going to pick up, I picked this up way too late. It is a level 4 skill, but since we are going for sort of multi-shot base build, yeah, they're actually they're pretty tanky. But yeah, anyway, we're going to actually go for the Vampiric Assault just because this enemy team is a little bit more tanky than usual, and we're going to go for a little bit more tank killer build. Usually I go for a very sort of multi-shot focus build. We are going to put some emphasis on multi-shot, but this time we're going to go a little bit more for the ability to take out the tank. So we're going to, looks like we're going to be needing to help out top because Sergeant Hammer, I use her a ton and I know that she is super strong. Oh, is this the real Nova? Can we snag a quick kill? Yes, we can. So that is really good. This Sergeant Hammer, going to try to harass her a little bit and try to do, by the way, yes, it is a girl in there. Try to do as much damage as humanly possible to her to assist my teammates before I head out. So for this level 7, we're going to pick up Searing Attacks just to do a little bit extra, a percentage-based damage, which gives us a 50% damage boost for a couple seconds on an activated skill timer. All it does is take some mana, and we're activated now. You see how much damage it does. It just rips through targets. So it's really good for a certain situation where you need a sort of a burst in DPS. So we're going to take the sip from the sippy cup and then head back down to mid. Actually, I think it looks like we're going to head down to bottom since my mid is already pushed up and these shrines are going to be active in 30 seconds. So help my team at least push up and hopefully take control of this lane down here. So we do have a level advantage, so that's really good. And don't focus Muradin, don't focus Muradin. I didn't want them to focus Muradin. I just kind of want to throw out that multi-shot there and see how it went. So able to get our Q-hungry arrow off on Tychus, who is a little bit of a tanky assassin ranged hero. So he's a pretty unique and pretty cool hero. He does have some cool things about him. Looks like some stuff is going down the bottom. Don't focus the tanks. You want to be focusing Tychus, who can do a ton of damage. Yes, Muradin has his use and can be doing damage, but obviously the tanks aren't going to be doing as much damage as the damage dealer Tychus. So Nova comes in to do a ton of damage to my teammates, so we're going to have to back off from this, unfortunately. Even though their Tychus is incredibly low, our team takes the top Shire, and we're not able to take the bottom Shire for now, so we're going to have to back and come back at this at a second shot for now. But this is the tricky part about playing this Dragon Knight map without a team, just playing solo, because you really have to be coordinated and you don't know how many people to send to each lane. And right now it looks like we have two top who are both very low, trying to contest this Sergeant Hammer and this Shire. They actually just got it, so really I should be going mid now to try to defend them from actually capturing their Dragon Knight. So I'm going to do my best to get a vault off just in time. So that was super clutch and very needed. You know, if they would have got the Dragon Knight, that would have put us in a very bad situation. Now, they have a lot of tanky units. These are both very good ultimates, Strafe and Rain of Vengeance. Strafe is a little bit more of a complete DPS ultimate, although it gets interrupted very easy, and that is the problem with it. That is why we took the Rain of Vengeance, which kind of sends a line skill shot out, and it also stuns the enemy. Just like right here, we're able to take out that Nova real quick 0 to 100. So hopefully the Zeratul stays and I can assist with bottom in taking back this Shire, so we don't have to worry about if they are taking the Dragon Knight anymore. So I do see them roaming around the mid, but it looks like Gazlo is not capturing that up top. I'm being chased by Muradin, so I do have my teammates to back me up here, but Tychus is low, so I'm going to chase after him, but he gets too close to the tower. I'm not able to continue pursuing him. Sonya's coming in. This could potentially be a bad team fight for my team, but our oh my goodness, the Dragon Knight is up, and we get the Dragon Knight somehow as the Odin comes down from our Tychus, or sorry, our Raynor, excuse me. Wait, is that? Oh no, that is Tychus. My bad, I just completely got my StarCraft Terran guys mixed up here. We're gonna have to retreat for a second and take a sip from the sippy cup as our Odin is doing tons of siege damage to that wall. We did fall behind in levels because we were pretty much grouped up down here, and our Dragon Knight is pushing, so I'm just going to toss a little bit of damage out on this wave of minions, and the Dragon Knight is pushing mid, so I'm going to assist him in a second. Now, excuse me guys, my gameplay is, you know, talking while playing is not the easiest skill or not the easiest thing to do. It's kind of an acquired skill, and it's something I'm still developing and learning every single time I do it. So Sergeant Hammer can do a ton of damage, so we really want to be careful. Over here, our ult will be up in 4 seconds, so really want to be mindful of that and not get in the Sergeant Hammer range and the Odin range. Now, the Odin comes out from their Tychus, so this is a very interesting game. And as I was saying before about the build, usually I would go for over here, the slows enemy frost shot, which would be for a specific type of build, but right now we're taking the Giant Killer because they do have such a tanky team, and we're going to hopefully be able to toss out our Rain of Vengeance on that Odin and take him out real quick. So the Sonya is pursuing us very heavy. I really don't have anything to stop her, and it looks like my team is all mostly dead and are not able to help me. But you know, not bad, not a bad trade at all. We did have the Dragon Knight. We definitely could have done a little bit more with that. I feel like if we had a little bit more team support, we could have done a little bit more. Like Muradin is bottom right now, pushing bottom when he could have been with the team, and really helping us get that mid down, because the T2 mids are much more important than the T1, aka the tier 1 little towers here. So yeah, looks like there's a little bit of a skirmish up here going on between Tychus and Nova, and Tychus brings out the Odin. Maybe a little bit of overkill, maybe not, considering he just missed the Nova completely, and she is coming back for revenge and is able to take him out. Oh my god, the throws! So we're falling behind a level. This is not good. I'm going to try to get some XP right here. Looks like my Muradin could use some help bottom, but we really need to get back in this game as far as XP. I'm going to throw out some skills over here, help my Gazlo, even though Gazlo is a beast at doing the mercenary camps and doesn't really need help, but of course it all adds up, and the Dragon Shires are going to be up in 15 seconds. I really want to help my teammate bottom, but it looks like we need to split up to get the XP just to stay competitive, because we are about a level behind, and it looks like the enemy team is doing a good job considering they have a Nova top and we have nobody top. So I'm gonna head top just to get the XP. Really, right now this is bad because Nova can potentially do a lot of damage to me, and if I don't know where she is, obviously it's not gonna be good. But let's see. Okay, so they got both Shires. Hopefully they're not capturing the... Okay, they're not capturing the Dragon Knight right now. If Nova's up here, I'm going to do exactly this and chase after her. And where'd she go? Oh, that's the real Nova. Okay. She actually outplayed me pretty well, but we're able to... Oh, they got the Dragon Knight. That is really bad for us. So we're going to have to go and defend this. He doesn't have too much health yet at this level, but they are grouping up, and the Odin Dragon Knight combination is something we should have been doing when we were pushing, but I think my friendly Odin used it a little bit prematurely to defend, which, you know, it's understandable. Sometimes that's what you need to do. We do get knocked back by the Dragon Knight, unfortunately, but somebody's got to get the knockback, right? So throw out some skills over here, and it looks like my teammate is going for the Sonya. We're going to have to retreat just because that thing could actually potentially kill us. That's really what I was afraid of. Now, I feel like they could still kill us through this wall. Even if he did a little fire breath right there and he hit me perfectly, he potentially could have killed me. So we're going to take the blood for blood over here, which is a 15% health steal and a 30% movement speed steal from an enemy for 3 seconds. So like I was saying before, since they are so tanky, all these percentage based damages are really going to do a lot to the enemy team and hopefully burst them down, even though we are falling behind slowly, and they're kind of bleeding us out because they do have people spread out in each lane. They have Nova top, who's been sitting top all game, which you could argue that that's not using Nova to her effectiveness. I feel like they're capturing the Bruiser camp right now, or that's what I would be doing if I was them. Okay, looks like they didn't, so that's really good for us, actually. We should be able to take us out really quickly while using our searing attacks and our multi-shot. So Sergeant Hammer is here. We're going to have to stun him and take him out, hopefully, and because Sergeant Hammer can do a ton of damage. Okay, so we're able to get him down really quickly. Muradin is taking a ton of damage, being the beastly tank that he is. My whole team is chasing after him, like angry with pitchforks, and we are able to just take him out just in time. Sorry if you guys can hear my extremely loud keyboard. I know it's super loud. It's a mechanical keyboard. I might have to get something quieter just for a video. So they're pushing mid pretty hard. Sonya's backing off, so I'm not going to have to go there. But the Odin comes out from the enemy Tychus. He's able to defend that really well. This is unfortunate. We're going to have to split up for XP still because we are still a level behind. Not a huge deal, but we do want to compete for level 20 with the enemies. So I know I just said split up and then I went to help him, but hopefully we can actually snag a kill on this Tychus when his Odin is up, and it's up, baby. This is all or nothing here. We're able to get the kill on Tychus. Sona is coming to get us. Hopefully Muradin pays attention to our pings. Like, get over here, buddy. And I really need you right now. So, okay, so we have this mercenary camp pushing for us. That was a little bit late on Muradin. We actually could have jumped on Sonya because I do have the blood for blood. Could have slowed her, done a good chunk of damage. And my auto attacks, even though I don't have ammo, or I don't have mana rather, my auto attacks could do a ton of damage. Okay, it looks like Muradin doesn't want to sit in this lane and get this XP. He wants to push up for the shrine, which I don't blame him, because right now the Dragon Knight is super important, and We have no one up top to get that top Dragon Knight, unfortunately, and I do get hit by the Sergeant Hammer ultimate, so that is also unfortunate. I'm going to have to go up and help the Tychus as the Gazlo tries to place some turrets down mid, and because this Sergeant Hammer is going to do a ton of damage if uncontested, so we're going to have to toss out everything we got, and we are able to take her out, so we can finally capture this. Oh, Spider-Man left behind. So we could capture this Dragon Shrine, mount up, just because in our downtime, that's what we want to do, mount up. And it looks like the Muradin is struggling down bottom, so we were not able to take that Dragon Knight as Gazlo is waiting around for it, but nothing's happening, so he's not really getting much done. He's not contributing at all to the team there. That is not good. So we're going to have to go down and help them bottom because Muradin, do you want to sneak a... Okay, looks like Muradin doesn't want to be a sneaky beaver. He doesn't want to try to sneak a shrine. Instead, he's going to sit back, and looks like the Gazlo at mid is getting taken out. So we're going to have to go over there just to try to contest the Dragon Knight as their enemy team is low, so we can potentially maybe pick them off. Hopefully, my team is able to push out. Oh! Okay, so we're getting completely locked down by that Muradin. That was a little unfortunate. As you heard me completely mash on my keyboard. But that's because I am... Okay, guys, they have the Dragon Knight up in both shrines. Instead of pushing him... Whoops, caps. That was a bad time to use caps. But yeah, okay, looks like they are able to take out the enemy Nova with the good Tychus Q. Why are they trying to capture the Dragon Knight when we don't have any shrines? So they need to split up. Get the shrines. As they're doing now, they're doing a really good job of splitting up and distributing themselves as Muradin gets in a one-on-one Muradin dwarf fight. What is going on down here? This is the most ridiculous low damage fight I've ever seen, and it's pretty pathetic if you ask me. He definitely looks like he could use some help, and they have 3 people down, so we don't have to really worry too much, but the Sergeant Hammer is doing a ton of damage to our Zeratul, forcing him to retreat as the Tychus is just sitting there out in the open recalling like a boss, and we are getting the bottom shrine as the enemy Sergeant Hammer is capturing the top shrine, so this is just extremely bad timing for us. I'm actually going to pick up the Storm of Vengeance upgrade is good, but I'm going to pick up the Nexus Frenzy, which increases our attack speed and range, since we already have the Giant Killer, so we do a % damage. Ooh, okay, Zeratul didn't want to come in, I guess he was just playing a little bit conservatively, which, I mean... I don't necessarily agree with that play, but it is what it is. So we do have the Giant Killer, which will give us a % damage boost, and we also have the... Oh, hold up. We're getting into team fight. Oh, the Odin comes out and is doing a ton of damage, so hopefully he can body block for me. That's all I need, just enough for me to finish off this Sonya as I stumble on my words because that was so intense. Now we can finally... with 2 people down on the enemy team, capture the top shrine as there is a battle going down for the bottom shrine with the Gazlo versus the low or half health Nova and the low Muradin as we get the top shrine and the teammate is controlling mid. Okay, when they have the bottom shrine and we have the top shrine and they have 3 people alive and they're all at the bottom shrine, we can't have 2 people mid. There's no point. They're not contributing to XP. They're not contributing to anything. And we are caught up in levels. Really, level 21 isn't a big deal at all, but level 20 is a big deal. And it looks like Zeratul is going for that shrine as Tychus is going for the Dragon Knight. So I'm going to head top just for safety, security measures, just in case someone sneaks over there. And we did secure that Dragon Knight. Yes, this is going to be perfect, exactly what we need to get a little bit of an edge in this game. I'm just going to push this lane real quick since my damage is really, really solid, and I'm able to clear waves really easy with Valla, so that's really good. I'm going to try to dodge that ultimate, and I just walked right into it, just as I said I was going to dodge it. Fail on my part, it's all good. Try to help out the Dragon Knight. Wish somebody else would come too, but it looks like they don't really have an interest in that, so come on, Dragon Knight, don't be scared. Don't be scared. I can't tank for you. Can't tank for you. Okay, I really don't want to get hit right now because it's like a 5v2 or a 4v2 and I really can't put myself in a position to overextend even if we do have the Dragon Knight. So I'm going to try to avoid that. But, oh, we're getting sucked in and we got ulted by Sergeant Hammer, who obviously does a ton of damage, and Muradin is just going balls to the wall to get this Nova. Luckily, he is able to take her out. I didn't think that I thought Sergeant Hammer was going to do a lot more damage, actually. The Odin outranging the tower, really, really good way to use it to siege down towers, get a ton of siege damage and stuff like that. Now, it looks like the... Oh my god, my Muradin is getting Granko'd by the enemy team Muradin. A lot of dwarf on dwarf fight here, if you're into that kind of thing. A lot of that in this match. And the enemy Sonya is... oh my... This Sergeant Hammer ult killed me, and I think really close to killing a bunch of other people. So right now we're at... decent XP contribution. I mean, hero damage and siege damage is a okay stat to look at. Like it's all the stats, they're good at kind of monitoring how well you're doing compared to yourself, because just because you have more hero damage than someone else doesn't mean you're doing better than someone else on your team. Just because you have more XP contribution doesn't necessarily mean you're doing better than other people on your team, but it can kind of give you a gauge of how you are doing for yourself compared to other games that you played as maybe a similar character, because, you know, some characters just aren't built for doing hero damage. Just, yeah, clearly they're all built for getting XP, but some are better than others at that, and like there is no stat for damage taken, which I think they should add. So say a character like Sonya, who maybe doesn't do so much damage, but she does tank a decent amount. She's not a good tank, but alright, Muradin, who's a good tank, he soaks up a lot of damage, right? And that could be a huge game changer for your team, but that's not a stat shown. So stats aren't everything, that's what I'm trying to say here. The top shrine, it looks like Muradin is going to have to face two people, and he's actually doing a good job of focusing and taking out that Nova as he fights her, and she's trying to get away. Hopefully she doesn't get invisible in time, so that is what I wanted to avoid. You're going to send out a wave of fury that completely failed on my part. We are really doing a ton of damage to these guys with the giant killer, which is exactly why I picked this perk as we chase down Sonya and kill Muradin for the double kill. Odin is very weak top, so we're gonna have to head back mid ourselves. Hopefully he stays. And we're gonna... Oh, we got the Dragonite, so this is really good. This is really, really what we need to... Every time I talk, I stop. But we really, really need to make a good push here to make this count, considering they have 3 down, so we could really do a lot of damage here. The enemies are over here, but we can stay out of range, and a good push on that enemy Sergeant Hammer to block her away and push her away, although we could definitely do more damage to these towers over here as the enemy Odin comes out and is still chunking away at that Dragonite's health. However, we are able to get a kill or a tower down on that, so that is really good. Don't want to take any damage from Odin or Sergeant Hammer. That is a deadly combination. The StarCraft 2 Terrans do ridiculous amounts of damage, except for Raynor. He's very weak. Blizzard, I think you should buff him. But yeah, they are very, very strong at all sorts of damage. So it looks like... Oh, speaking of which, he just completely overextends. Yes, he's strong, but that doesn't allow you to do whatever the hell you want, you silly Tychus. So we're able to take him out, and it looks like Muradin is trying to hop on me as Sonya misses her pull, and Nova is actually on me right now. I'm going to have to throw out my Rain of Vengeance just to survive. Let's mount up to try to get out of this really, really bad situation. I might be able to throw out a multi-shot, but I'm contemplating if it's worth it. It's not really worth it because they have 3 enemies, but we do have Zeratul coming in, so I might be able... Oh, they also have Sonya coming in. Well, they do have Nova coming in, so hopefully Nova is taken out. We are able to take Nova out now. Sergeant Hammer is mounted up and siege up, so we're going to stay away from her. This is a very intense, high-action game. We did actually went from being down a level to up a level, so we're just going to go back instead of drinking from the fountain. What was I thinking? I don't know. I might as well just heal up at this point. Wasted a lot of time thinking about that. You don't want to do that. You want... Every second counts in this game, and your decision-making really can make or break whether your team wins or not. So, yeah, the next Dragon Knight is going to be very, very important. And obviously, they're all important, but the next one is definitely going to be very important. Okay, I was just about to say, I almost walked into another one of those. So, we're going to be able to, you know, usually I wouldn't focus on Muradin, but we do have the tank killer or whatever the heck it's called. I can't think of it right now as I'm in the team fight, and Sergeant Hammer doing a ton of damage to me as Sonya chasing me down. I wanted to dodge a hook. Luckily... Oh, good job, Muradin, on the saving my life. Thank you for that. And where's the sippy cup? Zeratul says Tychus, question mark. I'm not sure what he's getting at there, but please don't hit me. Okay, that was way too close. Looks like there's a little skirmish going on up here. This is very bad for my team because most of us are really low, but maybe, just maybe we're able to take Tychus out as we have before and just able to snipe him a little bit. Sergeant Hammer over there doing tons of siege damage and the ult coming across for the 6 millionth time as the enemy, oh my goodness, this is really bad because the enemy are getting the shrines, but luckily they only have 3 people up, so really it's kind of difficult for them to get all of them at the same time, but they did actually get the shrines, and I'm gonna sit here and try to defend this Sonya from getting this, and this is gonna be a very, very tricky situation because they potentially can. Oh, our Tychus left the game, and I really, really don't want to let them get this. So I'm just mashing all sorts of buttons. We're able to take out the enemy Sonya. Now I want to sit here just because the enemies can potentially get the Dragon Knight here. At least I can stall for time. And they have 2 enemies coming after myself. So Zeratul, get in there, buddy. Get in there. All right, we're able to stop him just in time, but I don't know if the Zeratul is going to be able to fight them 2v1. It's going to be very difficult, but we have Tychus down, so this is a very, very sticky situation. They did get the Dragon Knight, and we still have our T2 towers up, so, you know, they are going to have to push those down, excuse me. They're going to have to push those down before they can go for our core, and this Dragon Knight has a ton of health, as you can see here at this stage in the game. It does increase as the game progresses, so at level 24, it's just a ridiculous amount of health, and really, I mean, Gazlo does do a lot of damage, but I would say I'm our main source of DPS right now. Since I'm not up, they're not able to take it down really well. He's going down. He's going to work on our T2 towers at the bottom, and it looks like they did also get our T2 towers up at the mid. I'm going to be up in 10 seconds, so hopefully they can stall them off long enough for me to come back up. It's a pretty long game for Heroes of the Storm. You know, usually they don't go that long, but this is a 25-minute game. That's relatively long length. That is one of the things I like about it, though. You don't have to, like, if you have a really bad team and say League of Legends and the game goes for 50 minutes, you know how crappy that feels after a 50-minute game. Oh my goodness, tons of damage out from Nova and the Sergeant Hammer ult. Luckily, the core is saved me from the Nova ult because you can actually use the siege and the turrets to block that for you if there's no people around, which I really like. I really like that fact. Sergeant Hammer ult's number 6,973 coming through the map right now, and they do actually have a bunch of people on this bridge. This is a very dangerous bridge to be on. If this is real life, I would hopefully never have to experience this bridge, because gonna have to throw out a rain of vengeance over here, and really just kind of a last ditch kind of desperate effort to protect our final towers over here. So this is really, really bad right now. I don't think that's the real Nova, so I'm not going to invest too much on focusing her. That one is also not the real Nova. So our Tychus still hasn't returned. That is very, very unfortunate, but it is what it is, and Gazlo is throwing everything he's got, as we all are at this point. So we are able to fend them off. We're very, 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 very hanging on a thread here, but never give up, especially in a game like this, because I've definitely come back from worse situations, which I know is hard to believe, but look at this. They don't have T2 towers, so really one push and we could win if we kill enough of them. So that's really, I mean, that is a very cool thing about games like this. You really could win, not at any time, but even if you are down a lot of circumstances. So thank you, Gazlo, for that help. Luckily, our Tychus, oh no, that's still a bot Tychus. So, is that the bot Tychus? Yeah, usually it is a bot when it says the name over their name. So we're able to take out that Sonya and save our teammate. What are you doing over here, Muradin? Why are you just fighting? Okay, well, yeah, you get that, Gazlo, while I chase this guy down. Hopefully I'm able to do enough damage to take him out. I don't know. But this Zeratul is going in really hard. I really don't want to die. I don't want to risk dying going that hard. It's not that important to get that one kill. But what is important is getting this Dragon Knight, and potentially this could determine the fate of the game for who gets it. So we're really, really putting all our eggs in this basket, considering they have 3 people down. So this is a great opportunity for us to get the Dragon Knight and potentially push. But they do have the Sergeant Hammer coming in and using that ult, which is just continuously doing damage on our core, which I understand that was a very good placement on that ult, although I think it's drifting away, but it's still hitting our core. So we have to push now. It's a now or never situation, and it looks like the answer is now. and Sergeant Hammer is going to be forced to back off. We're going to have to do as much siege damage as possible. We're getting this core down really low. The Sonya decides to focus me, but hopefully we can get away enough and kite enough, and we win the game! Yes! The comeback! Anyway, guys, this was a super intense game. Like, they don't always get this intense. This is crazy, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see more Heroes of the Storm gameplay from me. I really, really enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new. I definitely plan on posting more Heroes of the Storm. Freaking love this game. That is one of the reasons I love this game. That shit was intense. Thank you for watching. Peace!